question you said you were going ahead in the
Way back to the end of the room, please. And just line the walls if you can, so we can actually get a picture from back there.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay. All right, your attention now just for a few moments.
Welcome everybody. It's great to see you all here. I'm going to read just a short scene from John McGahn's memoir. And it's actually set in the church here beside us. And it's about the young John McGahern who's trying to get to the final in Clones. So, in certain dioceses, our diocese of Kilmore was one. Armagh was another. The teachers had to conduct catechism classes after second Mass on Sundays. This was performed with varying degrees of rigidity, depending on the priest. In Aughwillan, there were never any classes. Every child for miles around knew not to go to second Mass in Ballinamore on Sunday. After Mass, Canon Riley stood in the church gates, and it was his delight to deliver any child back into the catechism class by the ear. He brooked no argument, accepted no excuses, and it did not matter whether you came from the parish or not. He had also closed all gaps around the church, and it was almost impossible to get by him at the gate. I explained this to my father, and why it would be better for us to leave a little early and attend Mass at some other church on the way to Clones. But you're not from the parish, my father argued. It doesn't matter. He brings everybody back to the catechism class, whether you're from the parish or not. You'll get by him, my father laughed, as if he was already interested in a confrontation. But they say it's hard to get by him. We'll give it a shot anyhow. We'll manage, my father said. We attended Mass in the little church with the yew trees at the end of the chapel. And when we came out, the huge bulk of Canon Riley stood alarmingly between the gates. Run on ahead while there's still a crowd, my father said. I attempted to slip through, hidden in a crowd of men. When I was almost clear, a hand took me by the ear. He held me, waiting to see if there were any other boys trying to slip through. There were none. We were joined by my father. By this time, all Mass goers had gone except those gossiping outside the church gates. We are on our way to the Ulster final and stopped to attend Mass, my father explained politely enough. I couldn't care less if you were on your way to Timbuktu. Every child who comes to Mass here has to attend catechism. There are no exceptions. We'll be late. That is no concern of mine. Let go his ear. My father was now angry, and the priest looked at him in amazement. Canon Riley wasn't used to opposition. He's going back into the catechism class and nowhere else, the priest said, and began to move me by the ear towards the church. If you don't let go his ear, I'm taking your ear in a citizen's arrest. You are preventing us from going about our lawful business. The canon looked at my father in further amazement, but when he showed no sign of complying with the demand, my father took hold of the priest's ear. I'm not sure what other words ensued, if any, as this strange procession proceeded through the porch and up the centre aisle until we stood beneath the sanctuary lamp in front of the high altar. Canon Riley in the centre holding my ear, my father, who was as large as the canon, holding the priest's ear. The church was completely empty except for 2 catechism classes, and none was conducting a class for girls in one of the side chapels. In the opposite side chapel, Master Gannon stood in front of a class of boys. Beneath the red sanctuary lamp, negotiations took place between these 2 willful men, my father and the canon. And it was agreed that if I joined Master Gannon's class and was able to answer whatever question was put to me, we would then both leave. On the other hand, if I failed to answer the question, the matter would have to be considered further. I joined the class in trepidation, as everything now depended on my religious knowledge, which was, at best, uncertain. Ask him one question, and if he can answer it, let him go. And there will never be an exception in this church ever again. Next Sunday, I declare it from the altar. I was the centre of attention. Master Gannon was highly amused, but he wouldn't allow it to show openly. Who made the world? He asked, and I couldn't believe my ears or my luck. I hadn't expected anything so easy. God made the world. Go, both of you, before I lose control of myself, the canon roared at them.
And I'd just like to say again that the gentleman in the red jumper there is the first cousin of John McGahern, and John Fox beside him, John walked with Pat McManus, the Shah as McGahern called him. And that lovely portrait of John McGahern there was done by Colleen Quinn, the well-known artist from Mahon.